Google just replaced your home's brain today. Gemini took over your Nest speakers. This touches tens of millions of devices. 3 changes you will feel in the next 24 hours, 1 thing you should not turn on yet, and a new habit that saves you 10 minutes a day. Subscribe if you want day 1 fixes and hidden features. For years, voice assistants promised magic and delivered timers. They could flip a light, read a calendar, or play a playlist, but the moment you asked for something layered, the experience fell apart. You had to speak like a manual. 1 device at a time. No natural follow-up. If you wanted a routine, you were pushed into rigid templates that only power users loved. Most people tried voice a few times, got inconsistent results, and went back to tapping through apps. The core issue was not microphones or speakers. It was understanding and planning. Gemini for Home lands in a different world. Large language models have raised the bar for conversation. We expect memory across turns, quick clarifications, and intelligent planning that turns messy requests into clean steps. That is what Google is bringing into the home. It is not a coat of paint on the old assistant. It is a different way of hearing you, modeling your rooms and devices, and translating everyday sentences into sensible actions. The promise is not perfection. The promise is resilience, graceful repair, and far fewer dead ends, announced October 1st, 2025. Because the upgrade arrives through software, you do not need to buy new hardware to feel the change. That makes the impact immediate and wide. It also means search interest will spike while owners look for setup guides, best routines, and honest comparisons with Alexa and Siri. If you make content, this is a platform moment. If you simply want your home to stop arguing with you, this is the best week in years to try voice again. Competition shapes the stakes. Amazon is pushing Alexa toward deeper conversation. Apple is refining reliability and privacy inside HomeKit. Gemini for Home is Google's answer. It promises more context, fewer dead ends, and tighter integration with a faster Google Home app. The outcome that matters is simple. Can you use 1 natural sentence to create a plan the system understands, confirms, and remembers? If yes becomes the default, voice finally graduates from neat trick to daily tool. 1. Proof-backed context. Why Google pulled the trigger now. Think of Gemini for Home as a core brain transplant inside familiar hardware. Your wake phrase stays the same. Your rooms and device names in the Google Home app stay the same. What changes is how the system parses your words, carries context across turns, and translates requests into a sequence of actions that respects safety and preferences. The result is conversation that feels less brittle and far more helpful. Context persistence. Talk like a person. Ask for a reading vibe in the living room, then say, "Make it warmer and dim the lamp a touch." You do not need to repeat room names. The assistant remembers what you were talking about and carries that context forward. That single shift reduces friction when hands are full and heads are busy. Multi-action parsing. Old-style assistants treated a sentence with 4 actions as an error waiting to happen. Gemini breaks that sentence into tasks, decides which can run in parallel, and honors timing phrases like, "after I leave" or "at sunset." It confirms when something is ambiguous instead of failing silently. The practical effect is fewer dead ends and fewer do-overs. Conversational repair, real life is messy. If you misname a device or change your mind halfway, Gemini does not collapse. It nudges with a short question or proposes a safe alternative when a request could be sensitive. The assistant becomes a collaborator, not a court stenographer. Household awareness voice profiles keep personal items personal and shared controls shared. Reminders, lists, and calendars stay tied to the right voice while lights and media remain communal. The experience feels orderly rather than chaotic. Tight partnership with the Google Home app. Speak a request, then see a clean summary, a camera timeline, or an automation card you can save. Speak it, see it, save it. That loop turns demos into habits and makes voice feel trustworthy. Natural language routines. Describe outcomes, then review and tweak in the app's Ask Home bar. Routine creation happens in the Home app at launch. Voice-based routine creation on speakers is not available on day 1. Saying that clearly keeps expectations honest. Premium expansion, deeper event history, AI-powered alerts, and richer summaries exist behind paid tiers. Smart strategy. Start free, build habits, then trial premium during a real week. If the extra intelligence earns its keep, stay. If not, pause and revisit later. Privacy and safety. Gemini confirms sensitive actions, keeps a transparent activity log, and respects parental controls so you can see what happened, when, and why. The device graph ties it all together. It lets the system infer intent like, make the nursery quiet by coordinating white noise, dim lights, and silenced alerts in that room. Scoreboard check 1. Natural conversation and context. Gemini strong, Alexa catching up, Siri improving. Routine power and flexibility. Alexa strong, Gemini rising, Siri solid inside HomeKit. App performance and summaries. Gemini rising with a faster home app, Alexa stable, Siri consistent. We will revisit this scoreboard twice more to see how the story develops. 2. Inside the new brain. How Gemini for Home actually thinks. Turn features into a week of wins. These examples replace 5 taps with 1 sentence and replace uncertainty with clear confirmation. Evening reset. You walk in at 6:40, say, I'm home, set living room to relax, preheat the oven to 180, pause TV after 30 minutes, and remind me at 7:30 to check the laundry. If the oven is integrated, it preheats. If not, you hear a polite confirmation and a suggestion. The living room scene changes, a screen break is scheduled, and the reminder lands. Your chaotic hour gets structure without juggling 3 different apps. Heading out? Say, I'm leaving in 10. Turn off everything except the hallway lamp, lock the side door, set the thermostat to away, and run the vacuum after 8. Gemini prepares for departure, keeps a safety light on, and schedules cleaning when the house is likely empty. If a lock does not respond, you hear it and choose retry or phone alert. Night security follows the same logic. Say, every night after 11, notify my phone if the backyard camera sees a person, and if it does, set patio lights to 30% for 2 minutes. You create a conditional rule in 1 sentence, then fine-tune brightness in the app. Morning brief. Say, good morning. Give me a rundown. Weather, first meeting, drive time, any motion in the driveway after midnight, and anything I missed from family. You can add, switch on the espresso and set the office lights to focus, without restating room names. Guests and kids are handled with roles in the app and voice profiles on speakers. Share control with visiting family while protecting personal calendars and notes. For privacy on a shared speaker, guest mode prevents activity from saving to a personal account. Work from home focus shows the power of grouped actions. Say, start focus mode. Office lights to cool white, music low, phone to do not disturb except family and deliveries, and show camera notifications only if a person is detected. When you are ready to check in, ask, what did I miss? And get a concise feed rather than a flood. Open loop payoff time. The sentence structure that fixes most smart home hiccups. Use this when you care about reliability on day 1. Room plus device plus state plus exception plus time qualifier. Example. Living room ceiling light to 40%, except the lamp after sunset. That structure reduces ambiguous matches and tells the assistant how to stage actions without extra prompts. Combine it with clear device names and your success rate jumps. Copy-paste routine for comments. Weeknight wind down, kitchen warm. TV pause plus 30 minutes. Door alert after 8 p.m. Invite viewers to paste their version and tweaks. Scoreboard check 2. Natural conversation and context. Gemini strong, Alexa catching up, Siri improving. Routine power and flexibility. Alexa strong, Gemini rising, Siri solid inside HomeKit. App performance and summaries. Gemini rising, Alexa stable, Siri consistent. Final scoreboard comes near the end. 3. Everyday wins. The 1-sentence structure that fixes most hiccups. Copy-paste included. What do seasoned observers see in this shift? Engineers call it an engine swap at scale. Replacing the intelligence inside existing devices without forcing a new purchase is rare. It respects the installed base and accelerates learning because tens of millions of households stress test the system at once. That feedback loop is how conversational systems get sharper shot. The bet is that real homes, not lab demos, will shape the next round of improvements within weeks rather than years. Security professionals focus on transparent logs and confirmations. If an assistant can lock a door or silence a camera, people must see when, why, and by whom. Quick clarifications for sensitive requests reduce risk and build confidence. Identity becomes central. Voice match helps, but households also benefit from clear roles and easy overrides in the app. That blend of identity and auditability turns convenience into trust. Here is the light conflict viewers recognize. Myth 1. Smart locks often fail with voice. Reality. Sensitive actions require explicit confirmation by design. Fix. Leave confirmations on and keep a backup notification rule so you always get a status. Myth 2. Voice is unreliable for complex scenes. Reality. Ambiguity kills reliability more than complexity does. Fix. Adopt the sentence structure you just learned and avoid duplicate device names. Myth 3. You must buy new hardware to benefit. Reality. The biggest gains start with the software you already have. Privacy advocates emphasize visible boundaries. Users should decide what the assistant learns, keeps, or forgets. They want sensible defaults by region and clear controls that are easy to find. This is not about slowing innovation. It is about sustaining trust so that innovation is welcomed rather than feared. Market analysts point out that expectations will rise across devices. If your living room experience is conversational and coherent, you will expect your earbuds and your dashboard to continue the conversation without starting over. That forces every platform to tell a story about memory and continuity. Whoever stitches voice, vision, and calendar into a single daily rhythm will own the next phase of mindshare. Engagement cues to keep retention high. Ask, what is one sentence you want your home to understand perfectly? Invite Alexa users. What would make you try Gemini for a week? Promise a useful pin. I'll pin the best viewer-submitted routine and test it next week. These small prompts transform passive viewers into active contributors and increase time on video as people type while listening. 4. Receipts, timeline, and reality checks, plus a little conflict. Timeline for expectations. Today, 30 days, 6 months. Today, software rollout begins, routine creation is in the home app, confirmations stay on. 30 days, stability hardens as early bugs are fixed. Your first 2 automations become habits. You refine device names. 6 months? Deeper summaries, broader device support, and a cleaner handoff between continuous conversation and direct action as updates land. Richer summaries are next. Instead of checking 5 feeds, you ask 1 question and get a clear brief that pulls from cameras, presence sensing, calendars, and location. The trick is relevance. You will teach the system what matters by saving the summaries you like and dismissing what you do not. Over time, it anticipates the slice of information you want without drowning you in noise. Developer tools will rise to meet this. Expect new ways for device makers to describe capabilities in human terms, scenes, modes, schedules, and policies, so the assistant can reason about outcomes, not just toggles. Hardware will follow software. Microphones that hear quiet conversation reliably, displays that show summaries rather than raw feeds, and cameras with visible privacy controls. The point of new devices is to showcase what the upgraded brain can do, not to lock features behind a purchase. One crucial caution before the verdict: the setting to avoid on day 1 is disabling confirmation prompts for sensitive actions. Keep confirmations on until you have tested routines for a week, and you are sure access and identity are rock solid. If you later enable continuous chat on selected speakers, test it in one room first so you can tune notifications and presence rules without alert fatigue. Features may vary by region and device model. Always check availability in the Home app. Scoreboard check 3. Natural conversation and context. Gemini strong, Alexa catching up, Siri improving. Routine power and flexibility. Alexa strong, Gemini rising, Siri solid inside HomeKit. App performance and summaries. Gemini rising, Alexa stable, Siri consistent. Final read: Gemini sets the new conversational baseline at home, Alexa still leads on mature routine power, and Siri remains steady inside a well-integrated garden. 5. Final scoreboard plus who should switch today? Here is the verdict card, 1 clear winner per category and why. Conversation and context. Gemini because it handles multi-step follow-up dialogue with fewer dead ends. Routine power. Alexa because its mature routine engine remains deep and flexible today. App performance and summaries. Gemini because the refreshed Home app plus brief-style summaries make voice and app feel like teammates. Stability within a single ecosystem. Siri because HomeKit's tight garden delivers consistent low-drama control for Apple-first households. Who should switch today? Anyone already in the Google Home world who wants conversational control and clearer summaries without buying new hardware. Who should test One Room first? Households that rely on sensitive actions like locks and alarms. Keep confirmations on, trial changes in a spare room, and monitor the activity log. Who should wait? People fully invested in Alexa routines who need specific skills or custom actions that are not yet mirrored on Gemini. Reevaluate after the next major update. Practical nudge that fits naturally. If this already saved you time, tap like so more people find it and get their evening back. Useful close. Subscribe for day one tests, honest pros and cons, and the top viewer routines we will feature next week. Name your best 5-word routine so others can copy it. Short names are easier to remember and say. The future of the home is not just bright, it is responsive. It listens, adapts, and learns with you. Keep confirmations on, build habits in the app, and use the sentence structure you learned to remove friction from everyday life. I will see you in the next one, where we stress test viewer routines and put Gemini head-to-head with Alexa and Siri on the scoreboard you saw today.